Show, Tom Show, Tom Show. Hey, music stopped. That means it's time for the Tom Show. I am Tom, and I have awesome Travis with me. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Tom. How are you?
I am doing well.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Indeed. It's an awesome day to talk to an awesome person. You and I are in two different group chats on Twitter. It's kind of funny how it just kind of happened. I realized that one day I was like, that's the same Travis. How awesome is that?
Right? Like, Tom knows these guys. Tom knows. Perfect. This works out great.
Yeah, it works out really well. It's very rare that my friend groups overlap like that. And those are the two best like group chats I'm in. It's our wrestling group, is probably my favorite.
It's such a fun group. It's hilarious.
Yeah, then the Dot Hogs or
The
whatever
Dot Hogs.
call ourselves now. I love that. That's with a bunch of goofballs. And that chat, you can't keep up with that chat, so don't even try.
There are times when you try, you're just like, nope, I'm just gonna cherry pick some things and see if I can catch up there. Throw something out there, see what sticks.
I wanted to open up some mail first because we kind of do. It's like Tom Show. I'm trying to do all around more card stuff, and I have a package here that you might find interesting. It's from ComC, and if you can, you might know what this is already. It's another package.
Two
Thanks,
packages.
ComC. Two packages. This was funny because I got super lucky with these. And let's open it up.
Got some MJFs in there?
Yes, I do.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Hey, what did you think of that? What did you think of the Starks promo last night on MJF?
Really good. I like Ricky. I've always liked Ricky.
Yeah.
It was really good. So I enjoyed that. Here we have 3 base MJFs. The Joker.
Oh yeah.
Then we have, I got
those are those
E
ones, right?
Yes, this is the AEW match dated moments from All Out. And then 2 of the Elite Silvers that I got. I bought 5 packs and I got 2 silvers and 1 gold. This being the gold, and they've really got it. Like, I can't look at the card because they got all their packaging all over it, but we could do that there. Yes, MJF gold reveals himself as the Joker.
I like that.
I'm going to try to send that off to grading and just throw it in my box of holding and never let it go anywhere.
CSG?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Since they are becoming like the wrestling friend. Yeah. And I love their slabs the most. If you haven't held a CSG slab, I recommend doing it. They're beautiful. They're clear. They have the best plastic, the labels. I don't care that much about the label. But they look good. We have a comment, and it's Gerald. Unlike me. Some sort of AEW, that's badass. I was at All Out. Yes, Gerald was at All Out. He fell in love with the Acclaimed. He likes the idea of scissoring.
Gerald is a Renaissance man. Oh, speaking of.
Yes, there we go. The shirt.
Yeah.
Scissor me,
I had
daddy
to wear it for
ass.
my Tom Show debut.
My wife still won't let me get that shirt.
So I had to get it, and I do scouts on every other Tuesday night with my youngest son, and there's an older kid that's in like 5th grade, and he watches his dad and I know each other for quite a while now, and he's really into wrestling. So every time I see him at scouts, I throw it up, and he gives it, and everyone kind of just looks at us like, "What are they doing?" And just a nice little
secret handshake.
Yeah, secret handshake between some wrestling fans, which is cool.
Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun. Olive will shake, my dog, but I'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that, and she'll put her paw there, and I'm going, yeah,
It's
and she
so
doesn't care.
childish, but it's
Yeah,
so fun.
that's what
Yeah,
wrestling is kind of about,
yeah,
is like bringing out your inner child,
yeah,
because you have to, buy into the illusion
yeah,
of the
yeah.
performance. And I mean, I have a little Effie pin here that I like to show off every now and then. You're not gonna be
Oh,
able to see it
nice.
very well, but
Okay.
um you buy into the illusion and you let go. And to do that, you kind of have to have a childlike,
Yeah.
not like childlike mind, but you have to have childlike enthusiasm for the product, and being able to do the silly stuff like that. It just
Right.
kind of,
And
adds
then just
to it.
and be in on it, and like there's I tell people about it, and they look at me sideways like, what? That's what? I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's funny to me. It's very childlike, childish. It reminds me of being a kid and laughing at some of the stuff we watched that with DX and those guys.
Yeah, it's the same
And that
thing.
was a little bit more crude back then, which was they pushed some boundaries there, but
Yeah.
yeah, so it's fun though.
So tell me how you got into card collecting. Let's start there.
I mean, my brother, I have an older brother. He's 3 years older than me. He lives in California, and we we always collected cards as kids. We always were buying. And I mean, I've carried around 3 bins of junk wax with me for 30 something years from the
Yeah.
time, and it's been traveling with me. It's been at my parents' house. It was at my house and moving around and, all this other stuff. And then it just sits in the basement, start a family and just forgot about it. And then last summer, I took my 2 oldest boys to visit my brother and their cousins in California, and he had recently got back into it. So we took a ride to his local card shop, and I bought a couple packs. And all of a sudden, he's get on Instagram. So I go on Instagram and I start joining Razzes, and I win a couple, and and then I just kind of fell back in love with it, and just you get back into it and you start spending money. You're like, maybe I'm spending too much money, and
Yeah.
and you kind of slow it down, and then you kind of find different avenues for it. And I've always been big on trading, even as a kid. I just, I don't care. I want a card. If you want something of mine, hey, we can work something out, and
Yeah.
I do that route. And I spend money here and there, and I try to support, people who do stack sales and so on and so forth. A couple guys in the wrestling group and in the Dot Hogs too, and cool card, yeah, absolutely, I'll buy it. And I try not to spend too much anymore. But I'll put out a little bit here and there just if something I like and enjoy. And I picked up. Hold on.
Ooh, card reveal.
Yeah, I picked up. So I'm a Packer fan, live in
Yes.
Wisconsin. So Christian Watson.
And that's the
So
rookie guy. That's the second round that
yeah,
started to be. Yeah, had like 3
started
touchdowns that
started
one
off
game.
pretty rough, and then last 5 or 6 games, he's just putting up all kinds of touchdowns.
That's
So I
awesome.
picked up a couple of his RPAs this week, or the
Nice.
last couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm starting a little collection of him, and I collect Packers players. So, but it's just I don't know. It reminds me of my youth again. It's a nice throwback, and it's something I really enjoyed. But as you get older and you become teenager and rebellious, you kind of and during that time, it just didn't dawn on me that people still were collecting cards.
Yeah.
And I kind of outgrown it, or felt like I did, but it brings me back to when I was little, and my brother and I talk about cards all the time, and we send cards back and forth to each other. And I've met some really awesome people, and I just like, I mean, and yeah, I like giving away cards.
Yeah, you've gave me 3 MJF cards.
Yeah,
I have them over there. They're in a stack. I have a ton of stacked AEW cards and top loaders, and I'm like, am I gonna put these in my binder
yeah.
for the set, or am I just gonna keep these separate? And where am I gonna put them? Because I love them so much. I don't want it. That was my favorite time, was opening AEW some blasters. It just
Yeah.
made me so happy. And yeah, I was the same way, as a kid to like early teens, and even some of my like mid-teens, I was doing sports. Hey, Graf, what's up, man?
All right.
Houston dropped in. Yeah, we got Gerald in Houston. Um,
#1 heel GM in the business right now.
Yes, American Lucha Wrestling, ALW. Check them out. Just Google it. and Google Chasing the Graph and go follow him on YouTube. He's like 4 away from 200. So,
Ooh.
yeah, good milestone. I switched to comic books because that was a hobby that was more individual. You know what I mean? To me, like cards is way better with people. Like, sure, you could collect cards by yourself, but if you're not like trading or selling or hanging out or whatever, it's not as exciting. Yeah, bindering cards is fine and looking at them every now and then is fine, but like reading comic books was like way better to do by myself. So I have a ton of junk era comic books in the storage, but yeah, that's kind of where I went. And then it was like video games, kind of once World of Warcraft came out, it was solidified me as like gaming is my hobby. I had a guild from Star Wars Galaxies, the game we played before World of Warcraft came out. We're still together. We still play some stuff together. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's mostly a bunch of old white guys in their 40s. Talk about how stupid the youth is and all that fun stuff. But we still jump on and play stuff or recommend stuff at least,
Sure.
Talk about like, oh, hey, Hades is a great game. And then a friend picks it up. They're like, it was amazing. So that kind of, we're not necessarily playing together, but we're like sharing and still active. So that's kind of fun. We've been around for 18 years. Our guild can vote in the US. So
we're old enough. We do the I've been playing softball, rec league softball for 20 some years now. And then we, and then I do fantasy football with some of the softball guys, and we needed something to do in the winter. So we started playing dart ball. And if you don't know what dart ball is, it's just this old timer game, 4x4 board. You throw darts underhanded from 20 feet away, and you play through like October through April on Wednesday nights. So, but then it's like, we do the same thing. We get together, we'll maybe have a beer or two, and we're old now. So everyone's like, oh, my shoulder hurts. And, but it's the same thing. Like, it just, the damn kid, my oldest is 16. It's like talking to a brick wall with this kid. And it's, so I got some other friends that I can at least talk to about that, and just, how's your kid? It's just the same old, but it's nice to have that camaraderie with people to keep in your life for a long spell like that.
Yeah. I played like rec league softball for like 10 or 11 years. My brothers drug me into it. They wanted me to play with them. I was okay at first, I could get some hits and get on base. And then I don't know what happened. Like I got the yips or something, and I just could not hit for like 8 years. My last 8 years playing, I couldn't hit. And it's a softball, and I'm just like, this is so embarrassing, guys. I don't want to play. And they're like, play with us, play. And then like after my brothers quit, my friends were like, manage our team. And I'm like, but it was still fun and it's a good time, but not when you like.
We still play. We're pushing, some of us are pushing 50, and then you wake up on the next morning, and it's like everything hurts. But I always tell myself, and my buddy, like, him and I talk, and I work with him, and we and it's just like, one day I'm not going to be able to do it. And that's how I'm looking at it. Like, and that's probably, that's coming sooner than later, where I'm not going to be able to play softball. I'm not going to be able to, it's just not going to happen anymore. So then I'll play till the wheels fall off, and then I'll just, then I'm done.
Yeah. That's kind of how it went for me. I played catcher, because I couldn't throw either. But I could talk.
You got out there.
I was a yapping catcher that just, annoyed the hell out of people.
You'd be surprised how much that gets at people. Like, you get under their skin just a little bit, and it throws them way off.
I was also a home plate watcher, when they hit their home runs, and I'm like, yeah, they didn't touch, and the guy would look over, see the footprint, and be like, God damn it, Tom, why do you make me do this? Just some guy, yes, Big Tom, rocking the, we're going to put that up there. Okay, so now talk about wrestling. How did you get into wrestling?
Oh, boy, man, I've been in wrestling since I was old enough to remember. So I grew up on a Navy base. My mom is from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, where I live now, which is home to like Stephen Avery, if you're familiar with that. So, but she's from here. My dad moved here when he was like in junior high, and they got married, and we ended up in Illinois, and we didn't have cable. Like, it's so weird to tell people that in like the 80s, we didn't have cable. Like, we had our local channels, but when we'd come up to Wisconsin to visit my family, my grandma had cable, so she would get pay-per-views for us and the early WrestleManias, all that stuff. And we
Nice.
collect. I have LJN figures, like the 12-inch ones. I think they're 12 inches, but yeah, like I still have those in my basement too. They followed me. Um, I remember we went. My dad took my brother and I to see WWF back then at the Rosemont Horizon. And again, now the childlike wonderment of wrestling. I remember my dad like got us this weird like area where the wrestlers came in from outside. And so we're like sitting in this stairwell, and like King Kong Bundy walked through, and he's got this like Hawaiian shirt on. He's and it's like no buttons are done, and my dad is giving him the business, just swearing at him, and Bundy's like, and I just loved it. He's like, yeah, go ahead and yell at him, and it was a Hogan Bundy cage match, and Lanny Poffo was there, and tossing out frisbees and all this stuff, and so then we just watched it, and then we just and then we moved to California, and would watch, and that's when like Monday Night Raw started getting big, and that, and when my dad retired, and this was like 95, we moved to Colorado for a year. We lived in the Denver area and Aurora. And we went, and this is when they taped Monday Night Raw. And my dad, when he was in the Navy, he was not a very big guy, not very tall, but he was into weightlifting, and he got a part-time job at like a Gold's Gym or something in the Denver area. And they all came through. He said he took pictures with it, and it was like Sting, Macho Man, Luger was there, and then there was the Patriot, and he's got this picture, and these dudes are big, and my dad's like this 5'7" guy, and he just and he does his like best pose with them, and and then I remember we lived in Aurora when the Owen Hart incident happened. But we went to a taping in Colorado, and this is hilarious. My dad had a Datsun Z20 or something. It was a death trap. It was an absolute death trap. And we were leaving the show because it got done at like 7:00, and the sun was still up, and we're driving, and this rental car just like a sedan, like a nondescript sedan, just goes cruising past, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's Bam Bam Bigelow. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah. So my dad floors it, right? We catch up to it. Sure shit, Bam Bam Bigelow, and he's still wearing his flame outfit.
Yeah.
He's got a Monday Night Raw T-shirt over it, and he's got a heater, and he's just doing like 90, just smoking. So my dad just starts honking at him. We're just flipping him off. We're like giving him business. He looks over at us. He kind of like, he's got a cigarette. He just kind of looks over at us. He kind of does one of these like chuckles, and then he starts flipping us off back, and we laughed. Yeah, and then I moved to Wisconsin, and and then at that time 64 was big, so we were playing a lot of GoldenEye and NWO game, and we went and saw a Nitro in Milwaukee, and then I fell off for a while because it was that weird in between time before like Stone Cold was on his way out, Rock was on his way out, and Cena hadn't really come on the scene yet. Brock was there, but he wasn't doing what Brock was doing now, and kind of fell off for a few years, and then got back into it. And it's just, I don't know, it's fun to watch. I don't, I see all this stupid stuff on Twitter about people, either you're an AEW fan, or can I just enjoy wrestling? Can I just like who I like and not like who I don't like? And that's, I don't care. I don't care enough. I get product, 4 or 5 days a week. Come on. Like you shouldn't complain about that.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's kind of like the golden age. People talk about how great it was Raw versus Nitro, but
right.
We have AEW, we have WWE, we have all these independents that, have their own shows. They do the YouTube. You can YouTube a show.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy, all these amazing wrestlers. And like, honestly, like some of these independent wrestlers, like the Cards, they're more talented than anyone you saw 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I fell off about the same time you did. I got started because my older brothers wanted to always rent WrestleManias from the movie
Yep.
rental place. So we'd get the VHS tape and watch the, first couple of those. Then I fell off for a long time. And then like 96 or 7 got back into it, with the rise of Stone Cold and
Yep.
Mankind was my guy. I really love Mankind the most. But yeah, and then I fell off at that same time and just came back. I was like, I just want to watch wrestling again. And I kind of forced myself to watch WWE, forced myself to watch some AEW, realized that I kind of like AEW better and I don't have time to watch all of it. So I just kind of stuck. And not that there's, WWE is the superior product. They've done it way longer. They have, the talent, the A-listers, all that good stuff. The production value's all there. AEW just reminds me of like the old, it looks like it's from the 90s and early 2000s because it's just like dark. It's kind of feels like ECW and Raw kind of mixed a little bit. And I just kind of like it. And I love the indie stars. I watch Monday Night Not Raw with Effie does his little show on Mondays, and I watch him and we watch independent wrestlers, and I just like it, and I like how it is now. And the Twitter stuff gets old real fast. People get so defensive, so attacking, so
mad about it. It's just like it's all wrestling, man. It's, they're entertaining us.
Yeah, and it's great entertainment. So
it is. And then you're right. I like the smaller shows for AEW, I think just works so well for them too. That's great.
And I'm going to AEW the right before New Year's. They're like New Year bash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is that in Denver?
It's in Broomfield. It's like 3 miles from my house, so I don't have to go far. Nice. I'm gonna take my wife. We got handicapped seating, I think, on the that first ring, so she doesn't have to go down a bunch of stairs. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, MJF is my guy now. I think most people know that if they know me. I just hope he's there because that's really who I just want to see. And I love it. I love the Acclaimed. I love Mox. I love Hangman. I love everybody there.
MJF is so damn good though, man.
He really is, and it's kind of like, you saw Jericho kind of lift MJF up like a couple years ago, bringing him up, and then MJF. And now it's like MJF's doing that with like Ricky, he's their storylines or whatever they're doing. It's like they're getting the best out of both of them. And it's really exciting for me because it's like, yes, let's start, with these guys that you have and have them start feud instead of just keep bringing in, old WWE guys, which, hey, love them or hate them. CM Punk had a great little run there with AEW. And it kind of sucks that his attitude with the back room kind of screwed that up because he had some great stories.
Real fast too.
That
went south real fast. Like,
and I'm tired. I hurt. I work with fucking children. It's like, well,
I mean,
not anymore.
Now you don't work. It is good to see that because again, I mean, I love what Daniel Bryan's doing there. I mean, he just, he's in good matches. He's not, he doesn't have to get a title to do it. He just goes out there and wrestles, gets welted up, and he looks like he's just enjoying himself doing what he likes to do.
Yeah, and it's fantastic.
Watching
absolutely. Him wrestle. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with the Blackpool Combat Club. Now that Regal is going back to WWE to be with his son and other things. Pretty nice of Tony Khan to let him do that. And it's also going to be nice to see, how they use these young stars that they've had all this time. And they've, Ricky used to be on TV all the time with the Taz belt,
the FTW guys.
Yeah, FTW. Yeah. Before that kind of disbanded and fell apart. But it's a good time. It's a good time to be a sports fan, a card fan, a wrestling fan. It's just a good time to be alive and not dead from a heart attack.
I felt like it was like sports have always been my hobby. Yes. But it's like again, as you get older, that hobby now is starting to fade because I'm just 43, man. I've done it. I've lived the life, and my knees hurt, my shoulders hurt. It's like, that's not going to, well, let's get back into something related to it. So that's, again, how I kind of got back into the hobby. And then I got a pretty good AEW figure collection going too, which I like. So
nice.
I kind of keep my eye out for those as well. So
I have 3. I have an MJF my wife got me for Christmas, just a regular figure. And then I have like a Sting Walmart exclusive, and then the regular figure. You know. Yeah. And it's just kind of like, I love the Crow Sting. That was so cool back in, the 90s. And just kind of got those. I want more MJF. And there's other figures that I wouldn't mind having, but it's like I don't have space for figures.
I think I have 2 MJFs, the first one, and then I have one where he's got the robe, the Burberry robe.
Yeah.
And I did just see that at my Walmart the other day. They do have an MJF with the scarf, just the scarf, and I'm like, all right. But I did pick up. I picked up the CM Punk instead because I didn't have one of those. So I wanted to get a CM Punk before I couldn't find one.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think CM Punk's gonna do? Is he gonna keep wrestling?
I don't know, man. I think so. Yeah, I just
because he sucked at acting.
I don't know. Yes. I watched that movie. It was not good.
I couldn't make it past the scene where the girl shows up and they start to make out, and he like locks the dog out. And I was like, man, I'm done with this movie. I was like, I never quit movies. There's like 5 movies my whole life I've quit watching, and that's one of them.
I'm pretty sure I just fell asleep and didn't pick it back up because it just wasn't worth it. It was just like, all right, this is. I don't think he's done with AEW. That's my personal opinion. I think he ends up coming back, and I know I was reading something about how they can't really cut him because he's injured.
Yeah.
And if that if they were to do that, there could be some liability on their part, this and that. So I get that, but I just don't know that he's done. I don't know that he's done there with his contract yet, and I don't know. I think he wants to. I just don't know how bad or where he, I don't know if the WWE would even want him back. If that was really bad when that went down, and then he was gone for 7 years. So I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed his run that he had. I thought he had some good matches. I thought he didn't look great all the time, but I think he was having fun.
Yeah.
And
so
we'll see.
It could be huge in like 6 months, or the whatever summer pay-per-view for AEW is. He just shows back up and starts another feud with MJF.
Yeah, that would be. And
I mean
MJF right, and he's going to be champ for a while. It's that belt's going to stay with him for a while.
Yeah, and it should, and it should be someone like CM Punk, to take it from him and start up a little feud.
Or at least get a couple of good feud going and let that run for a while. I mean. You miss those days of those long feuds when those happened, and some of those were so damn good.
Yeah, AEW's not big on storytelling, which is fine in some aspects, but in some ways you're just like, man, can I get like a 2-month, 3-month Mox and someone just going at it all the time? And instead what they give us is like, here's the Elite and Death Triangle for 7 matches for the belt, and you're like that's not what I want. It's the same matches, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Right. And again, they are fantastic. They have, they do have great chemistry. But again, do we really need a best of 7 when you've already have 3 before that? Is it really that necessary? And again, it is. It's the same match, the same spots. They're doing the same things. It's just in different order sometime. And I don't need it. I mean, again, they're great wrestlers, but I don't need that.
Gerald says Cody should not dethrone Roman. That is all. Roman is not a popular wrestler in our wrestling group for the most part. I watched the only match I've ever watched of Roman Reigns was the WrestleMania this year with Brock. And I was like, man, this match is not that good. They hit their moves back and forth, their finishers. And I was just like,
The SummerSlam match was much better with with the tractor. Did you see that?
Did not see that.
All right, so Brock brought a tractor out and tipped the ring over, and it was like a fun spot. And literally the ring is like like this, and at one point, like Roman had tumbled out of there. So it was a fun spot. So it was more entertaining for sure.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
agree. That WrestleMania match was, I don't know, just
Like a C
again,
plus, like it was acceptable, or maybe a
yeah.
B
But
minus, but
and then they've had, what is that, their fourth match on WrestleMania together?
yeah, I'm not sure. Like I haven't been into WWE much the last few
Yeah,
years.
I mean
So.
they've gone at it quite a few times, and it's just it's they trade him, but again, yeah, I mean Roman Reigns is what he is.
Yeah.
He's and he's not going to lose until at least WrestleMania. So we got at least 5 more months of this, 4 more months roughly.
Yeah.
But it's going to happen where that the bloodline situation, that's fun to watch, where that's going to turn eventually, because Sami Zayn has just been. That's been the one dude that's really been fun to watch with that, because he's funny. He's just the way he makes them laugh. I'm enjoying what he's doing right now. That's the one really good thing that's coming out of WWE for me right now, is that.
Nice. So anything else you want to talk about? What's on your mind? How did the Dot Hogs thing get started? And when did you come in on that?
So it was, I think that originated with the is a hot dog a sandwich question.
Yes.
And then within that group there, we like to do the letter swap game. And
yeah.
Hot dogs became Dot Hogs, and then and then that was a big debate months ago about what's a sandwich, what's not a sandwich, which cracks me up. That it was pulled out today again on someone. Someone brought it up to Ryan's cards, and the real tall guy, I don't know his
Yo
name.
Jaffe.
Yeah. And he brought it up, and then of course a couple guys hopped in on it, so I hopped on it too, and then Betty and I were chatting because I bought a card from her, and then we just kind of started talking about things and life and everything that happened with me in this past year, and she had some really nice words to say, and like things to help me kind of deal with some of the things I was going through. And then her and I, like, one day was like, we should just start a group chat, because we were just hijacking people's threads.
That was what was funny, is like, somehow I get like 30 notifications, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? I look up and I see I'm tagged by Betty usually, or one of you guys. And then I'd scroll back up, and it was basically like someone like, hey, look at my card. Right. And then like 10 pages down, we're all brought in to talk about something.
So it was like the same, like anywhere from like 3 to 10 of us having the same conversations on threads like every couple of weeks, and it's just like this ridiculous thread. So I'm like, why don't we just start a group chat, and then we can just, we don't have to hijack someone's thread. And it occasionally still happens. I mean, the whole bot thing with It's a Salad was absolutely ridiculous. And then so I mean, I just kind of met everyone right through there too. And I obviously you and I had already been in the wrestling chat together, so it was nice to meet all those people, and and we all kind of share similar interests, and we all can joke around with each other and have a good time, really, and then just not take life too seriously, because you can go from a chat to the your main Twitter page, and it's just garbage, and I'd rather have fun. I'd rather talk to some people who share some same interests and who like to kind of have the same sense of humor, but and just have fun with each other.
Yeah, it also helps that we're all old. So
right.
I think the main characters in there are like 44 and 43 years old. Maybe some a little younger. I'm not sure about like Sushi or Neil or whatever, but I know Allie, I know Betty, I know you, and I know myself. There's 2 of us that are 44 and 2 of you that are 43. So
everyone's kind of pushing that. I think Glom's right around there too. In the mid to late 30s, and I think there's a couple in their early 30s, perhaps. But just a good fun group, and it's if I'm going to waste my time looking at my phone, I might as well talk to some people on doing it, and joke around, send them cards. Like I said, I've tried to rack just about everyone in the group. I got a few people on my list yet, so. Just waiting to get some cards for them to send out to them. So
I realized I was going to rack you something, but I accidentally sold it. So now I'll have to find something else to rack. It was like Colin Kaepernick cards, like a
Oh, that's
couple.
right.
You were like,
Yeah.
oh, I might want those. And I was like, I'll do it. And then,
Yeah.
I just kind of like forgot because I'm really bad at mail and getting
Yeah.
stuff out. I don't have a printer, like a printer at home that
Right.
has ink. And I don't have, so it's really hard for me to get the labels and, do all that to get them out fast.
Don't tell
So
my work, but I use theirs. So
I
totally fine.
it's like scary because there's, I feel like there's someone at work that's out to get me, cause a lot of stress.
Oh, right. I
think I told you about
some of that and talking to you about that. Yeah.
So I don't want to use that. So
Sure.
I know you're a Packers fan and football. How much do you like basketball?
So actually, it's pretty funny. My buddy and I were just talking about that today. Like, one of our friends asked him if he wanted to go to the Bucks game yesterday. He's like, no, I haven't been. I haven't been paying attention. And we had that conversation today at work, and it was, basketball season doesn't start till after football season for us.
Yeah.
Like, he's a diehard Dolphin fan. I'm actually going to Miami with him over Christmas and going to the Packer Dolphins game.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and hopefully it's nice weather. But yeah, I mean, like, it's football season for us, and that's all. I'm much bigger into the NFL, and then I'll start watching NBA. After the football season, and regular season to me is it's just kind of boring because I don't think it really matters that much. I really watch during the playoffs because that's when the good teams are going to get in. The good teams are going to have, they're going to have some home playoff games. And, home court, I don't think matters as much as it used to either. Right. So it's just like Christ, the season goes though from end of October till middle of June. It's a long season.
Yes.
For 82 games and in the playoffs, it's a terribly long season. And I just, and I know I check in on the Bucks. I check on them, I box scores, and if they're on and I'm not doing anything, sure, I'll watch a little bit of it. But I really kind of start picking it up more towards after the Super Bowl.
Okay. The reason I ask is I only have basketball product. We play a new game on the Tom Show. It's called Shoot Your Shot. I open a product, you call a card. If I pull that card, you get that card. No questions asked. You can also, if I pull a card that you want, you could shoot me an offer. And if the audience says, Tom, accept that offer, no matter how ridiculous it is, I have to accept that offer. So I have 15 card pack of Optic, and I have a blaster of Prism. Which one do you want to see opened?
Oh, well, let's do the blaster of Prism.
All right. What card? It doesn't have to be your guy. It doesn't have to be someone from your team. What card do you think I will pull and I will give it to you? So what do we have in here? So you get find 3 blaster exclusive ice prisms. So that is the guaranteed parallel that are going to be in here. So who do you think we're going to get?
Oh man, like, I don't. And that's the other thing. Like, I don't know any rookies, but we're just gonna go with Giannis. That's who I want to see.
You want to see Giannis? Cracked ice, parallel. What kind of Giannis are we gonna pull?
It'll probably just be. Let's just go base Giannis.
Okay, I will go. I've kind of given a range before. Like if someone says like a Giannis to 150, and I know it's retail, so we're not, but if I hit like a Giannis to 150 and there was like a 99 or like a 299, I would give you any one of those. You know what I mean? So
sure.
So what we're gonna do is like if we're gonna see any unnumbered or even like 499 Giannis or any parallel like that, we're gonna shoot it your way regardless.
Awesome. Well, let's go.
Yes.
Let's see what we got here.
We have a thick card in Prism.
Oh boy.
Is that a relic? Did they do like rookie relics and
yeah, I think so.
For rookie penmanship, rookie so blah blah blah. So yeah, it might be some kind of meme. We got a John Collins. We got I'm gonna scoot. Yeah, we got an instant impact of Zaire Williams for the Memphis Grizzlies. And then we have whatever this is. Let's see. It is a Jonas Valanciunas for the Pelicans jersey.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, weird. Yeah, I don't remember
Just a
person.
patch card, huh?
Yeah, just a jersey card, not a rookie, just a random jersey card. Pelicans
Perfect.
though.
Yeah.
My brother likes Pelicans. He's into Zion, so
Yeah, like I've heard he's having an okay season. He's on the comeback.
Charles Bassey, Xavier Tillman. Then we got a card for me. We have a Michael Porter Jr. And we have a global reach of Giannis Antetokounmpo. We have a winner. We're not done yet. We can pull more Giannis cards. This is the first time someone has shot and won.
Yes.
All right. Here we have a cracked ice of someone. We have DeJounte Murray. I'm going to purposely butcher names. We got a Facu. He's no longer in the league, but I'm going to put him in my binder, my stack here. We have a Paul George, PG-13. And we have an Aaron Naismith, Boston Celtics, cracked ice. Cracked ices are always pretty cards. So, no, I'm excited. We hit something that someone called. I've only
Tom, I
done
have
this.
a question for you.
Yes.
Is there anybody you will not collect?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's cards I don't want in my house. I gave away one of those. It's packed up, ready to be shipped. Patrick Mahomes. I don't want any. Don't want any Chiefs cards. I don't want any Raiders. I don't want any Chargers cards. I don't want any Dodgers cards. I lose interest when people leave my teams. So Nolan Arenado, I will collect. I'll still root for Nolan because I kind of like the Cardinals a little bit. But I'm not going to collect any more Nolan Arenado. I don't want Cardinals. I want, my teams.
Yeah.
So people that leave the Broncos, sometimes I take their Broncos cards and I get rid of them. If they were like, if I had a Melvin Gordon Bronco card, like a autograph or something, and I'd probably just take it out and, try to trade it at trade night for very cheap. So
he was such a bust. I have a few. Like I won't collect. I will no longer collect Brett Favre.
Jalen Smith, yes, that's.
And then the other two are just because I don't like them. Is
Austin Reeves rookie,
Chris Paul, and Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, that's interesting.
Absolutely refuse it.
That's a silver of Drazen Petrovic.
Oh, nice.
And then a cracked ice of John Morant. That is a cool looking card.
Drazen Petrovic, huh?
Yeah.
Man.
New York Nets.
Yeah, he was so good, and he died really young, but man, he was so good.
Russell Westbrook. I have a green in here. Kevin Durant. This guy seems to be haunting me. Yeah, he really is haunting me. Aaron Wiggins, cracked ice rookie, and a green rookie.
Nice.
The greens are not numbered, but yes, I've pulled that guy a lot in refractors and other parallels. So, no, there's a purple looking card here too. We have an Eric Bledsoe, a Miles Turner, a Tim Hardaway Jr. Those are also not numbered. And then a dominance of James Harden. So, hey, not bad. I'm actually really happy with this box. And we get a Giannis. And I have others that if I can find them, I will send them out to you.
Awesome. I'm glad I was able to get one. That's awesome.
Yes. Just a winner card. Hoping to do this more with people. Get some.
It's such a good idea.
Yeah, I get to break something. We get to show off. You get to try to win a card. Gerald, we just opened up What do I want for the John Morant? I want nothing for the John Morant, just some guy. Send me a DM on Twitter that you want it, and I'll just ship it to you. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a cool card. It looks great, but it means nothing to me. And if someone wants it,
Yeah.
then I would much rather send it out. And not, PWE, that's pretty easy. I'm learning how to do that now. So I need practice. So yeah, just some guy. You can DM me here. You can DM me on Twitter at Tom P. Willis. And yeah, we'll send that out. And I got to get some stuff for Travis. But yeah, Gerald, I had a hobby pack of Prism WWE, and he, called Alexa Bliss, Otto, or Mim. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, no matter what, if we hit an Alexa Bliss,
Right.
I mean, that's a crazy call right there,
Yeah.
So like, heck
Yeah.
yeah, I'll send that out. So I want to do this. And yeah, sometimes it's fun to just break stuff and give stuff
Yeah.
away.
Absolutely.
So it's just kind of what I'm trying to do with my show. Once my show gets, going a little bit more and I find a little bit more different and fun stuff to do, maybe we do get some hobby stuff in here, and
Yeah.
not a hobby box break, but hey, let's pick
Sure.
3 random packs of something, and we can get some real hits and it'll be real fun. Yeah, Gerald. I mean, that's what I would have said, honestly. If WWE Prism, I would have said
Go big,
Alexa
right?
Bliss.
Go big.
I just want an Alexa Bliss card.
Like, if it hits, it hits. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think there was Mankind in Prism, or if it was, it's like really hard to hit.
I don't think there was.
It wasn't Select.
No.
There was the Mick, there was Mankind, there was Cactus.
I like the Select better than Prism.
I do too. I can't find any Select out here. It's difficult.
Yeah, I ran into some, and then I started I got a Montez Ford Rainbow started.
Nice.
So yeah, so I got and I like him. I think he's going to be a star. So I'm going to start that, and I'm doing okay with it. But they're just I'm down to where I need like the top. Like, I got it to like 49, and now I need like the 25 and 10s, and it's like, it's Christmas. I can't really afford it right now.
Yeah, the gold shimmer, the red, the black,
the 3 1-of-1s, and I'm like, oh man. And I mean, one day we'll see what happens, but I'll just keep looking on the cheap and see if I can find it.
Yes, Gerald, I agree. Goth Alexa Bliss is hot. That picture of her from whatever pay-per-view it was, where just the black was running down her face and she had the pink hair. I was just like, that's amazing. That's what teenage Tom would have fell in love with. It's just a woman that looked like that and just was like, murder. And I was like, yes, queen.
So you mentioned you're like getting back into like PWE.
Yes.
I go to the Dollar Tree and pick up thank you cards there, like little dollar 8-packs, and that's what I send all mine in, and just tape it on the inside, and I'll write a nice little note in there, like, hey, thanks for following me, and I always sign it with your friend Awesome Travis, and it's just a nice little, hey man, thanks for buying this, or hey, thank you for just wanting this card, and nice to meet you.
Yeah, I was gonna do that based on what like you've done, and I've gotten some others from people, and just a little. I mean, not little, not this little, but the little thank you cards. So yeah, you just kind of need like those thank you cards. You need a non-machinable stamp, which is like $1 or $2 or like double whatever the standard postage rate is. And yeah, just tape it in there, make it secure, and send it off. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying to do that. Gerald, he mentioned, as I was sorting my old cards the other day, he mentioned that his favorite player was Bernie Williams when he was little. And I was like, that's funny, because I just pulled out a Bernie Williams like 1991 Upper Deck star rookie card. And I was like, here, Gerald, I'll send this to you. You didn't win on the other show, or the game show part.
Yeah.
But like, I'll send you this rookie. Like, it means let's like another one of those. Like, it's a cool card. What am I going to do? Sell it for $1? It's like junk wax,
for
like,
$3. Like,
no,
it's here. You can just have it. I would rather it went to a good home.
Yeah, someone that's going to appreciate it, or put it in their binder, or do whatever. I am a binder person. Like, I love the binders. I have so many of them that I'm trying to clean up and put stuff in. It's just a big old pile. There's probably 10 on my bed, and 3 boxes of cards, 4 boxes that I've sorted through. And Yeah. I just use a piece of cardboard from the back of an old notebook, cut to the size of the top loader, and then load and blue tape. That's what I do for like the standard, but for plain white envelope, I don't want
Yeah.
to do the cardboard too much. It's either fold a piece of paper and put the card in the middle in
Yeah.
a regular envelope, or the little cards. So I've done
Yeah.
one with the regular size envelope. I'm gonna go probably pick some cards up. Might wait because maybe my wife wants to do some holiday cards. I don't know how long it'll take for us to get something like that made, but that might be fun. Is to do some of these little racks that I have with some holiday cards and
Oh, that wouldn't be
send some
bad at
stuff
all.
out. Yeah. So, Trav, is there anything else you want to talk about
Yeah,
before we wrap it up? Who's your draw for wrestling? Like, what's the one guy you turn on to see? You said it was Sammy now,
yeah,
the bloodline.
yeah. He's fun to watch. I, I will like I watched. I got home after Dart Ball last night, and I was able to just turn it on, and then I will watch FTR. I love
Yes,
watching. Dax Harwood is so damn good, and
he is
yeah,
good.
and he's so fun to watch, and he just like the throwback of where he just beating the hell out of someone, and he's taking a beating, and I really enjoy watching him. I'll watch what he does, whatever he does going forward too. Um, yeah, I'm Orange Cassidy. I mean, he gets so much crap, but man,
I
he
don't
is
understand it. I love Orange Cassidy. He cracks
right.
me
He
up.
just
Just
yeah. He was on what was it, not a couple Fridays ago when Mark Henry does this thing and it's like, oh, talk's over, and then Orange Cassidy did it in front of him, like he's like, well, stop, and Orange Cassidy just kept going with it. He just started cracking me up, and he's a super athletic dude, and like
yeah,
he's just I think he's a pretty damn good wrestler, and
yeah.
and you can tell he's enjoying it with his buddies that clearly they hang out too.
Hmm.
And he's one that I'll watch. I'll turn on just to see what he's up to and what what kind of shenanigans they're doing, and yeah, and then the whole Sami Zayn thing is really good. Um, I don't know, not too much in WWE is really catching my eye right now. There's not a whole lot. I mean, there's nothing I really want to tune into.
Yeah,
Too much there where it's just like Kevin Owens. I mean, Kevin Owens is always good. I think that feud that's coming up with Roman Reigns might be. It's going to be a good one.
good.
And so yeah, that's kind of about it. But I just tune in and like if there's a match, I'll go and do stuff or whatever I got to do, laundry or whatever. But it'll always be on, and I just enjoy the show most of the time. And man, again, we get so much wrestling now. There's so much time to be on. I mean, I recently, and I told this in the group chat. I have a Samsung TV, and they have like the Samsung Channels Plus, and they have nothing but Impact Channel all day long, all day long. So I turn on my TV in the morning, I get my coffee ready, and the TV is just on that channel when it turns on. And it's like, and it's always some like ridiculous match. Like there's a lot of Abyss matches, and if you know Abyss, he was kind of like that bigger guy with the knockoff Mankind mask, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's just a little, but it's just like, oh, all of a sudden I'll see like a Bobby Lashley on there, and then they'll be like, Jeff Jarrett, and the young AJ Styles, and like going way back with it. And so I don't know, it's just always odd and entertaining. Like why do you watch it so much? Like I don't know, man. Why do you watch what you watch? What entertains you? Why do you do that? It's not good. It's the only thing I do, but yeah, I mean, they're like, I'll just tune in. I mean, just tune in and see what happens, and if something catches my eye, like it kind of bummed. Like I said, I'm a big Montez Ford guy, and I know he's injured. And it's like his partner Dawkins is just as good. Like you'll give him a little run by himself and see what happens, and so and then I saw that Kofi and Xavier were on NXT and are challenging for the belt. So I'm gonna check that out because I like those guys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Just some guy asked, who's better, Iron Sheik or Superfly? That's I watched a little bit of wrestling back then, but that is kind of a question I can't answer. What do you think? I mean, on Twitter, Iron Sheik is so
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean, like I was Iron Sheik. You booed him, right? You
Mhm.
booed the living hell out of him and Nikolai Volkov, but he was so big and strong. But Superfly growing up, he was he was the man. Like no shoes, long hair. He got on the top rope, and he did this, and
Yep.
that's what people wanted to see, and of course he cheered for him. And I mean, like I said, I still have that figure downstairs of him, and but I think better overall career. I want to say Iron Sheik. I mean, he held titles, and he was a great heel in the '80s, especially that end of the Cold War phase.
Yep.
That where they were just getting tons of heat, and but he's and then on Twitter he's just, I mean, obviously he has a ghostwriter, but good God, it's hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
Just always wanting to break Hogan's back to make him, calling him a jabroni on a daily, which is fantastic.
All right, he has one more question before we go. I gotta run. I gotta do my streaming video games here in a few.
Awesome.
Bushwhackers or Road Warriors? For me, it's the Road Warriors.
Yeah, clearly. The best thing about the Bushwhackers is when I don't know which one it was. I know there was Luke and Butch, and the one came down to the ring in the Royal Rumble. He's doing his thing and like walked into the ring, immediately got tossed out right onto his feet, and just kept moving on right to the back. It's the best thing they ever did.
All right, awesome, Travis.
This is
so much fun. It was awesome talking to you.
You too.
Of course, you're welcome back anytime. So yeah, I love you, brother.
Let's do it again.
Yes.
Next time I'm gonna come prepared, and we're gonna rip something for you to guess.
All right.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, hey, we met this year, and you've been awesome, and I've exchanged numbers and texted back and forth, and we're both old men, but we have struggles together, and it's nice to have your support, and I enjoy having just checking in with you, making sure you're okay, and having to I appreciate your friendship that we've come to have over this, and I'm happy you're doing better and you're getting healthier, and things are sound to be going better for you, and I just appreciate you, and I appreciate our groups that we're in, and the people that are in there that make me laugh pretty regularly and make me sometimes be thoughtful, like oh look at that, and to share their lives with us and the struggles that they're going through and health problems and everyday life problems, man. And it's been a nice community to have, to be able to share some of the stuff that you are aware of that, even I went through this year. And I appreciate you. That's what I want to say, is I appreciate you. And I will be doing some type of giveaway. I don't know if you saw my Travs Giving, my Happy Travs Giving giveaway. And I plan to do something for Christmas too, so keep an eye on that, and I'll put it over Twitter and everything. So, but I appreciate you, and I thank you for having me on, and I look forward to doing it again.
So much fun.
And I won a card, so
you did. I think I have some other G cards, and I'll get those out if I can find them.
Cool.
I have them all on my bed. So, anyways, that's the Tom Show.
Awesome.
Hopefully, I'll be back on Tuesday with someone. If not, it'll be just video games. But thank you so much for watching, and we love you all. And Travis, you are awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.